Traders, welcome back to another monthly recap. January 2023, off to the races. And, the year has been going by so fast. The days are coming and going. And, by the time we blink, it'll be June, July, and it'll be summer again. And so we got to make each and every day count as we continue to show up, as we continue to trade. Let's jump right into the calendar. So we had just 3 red days, which is really good. This is the type of thing I'm trying to strive for here into the new year. If we can keep this up every single month throughout this year, it'll be a fantastic year. So January, I believe our biggest day might have been 17, which was on the 26th. So this is pretty solid. We had some pretty good days though throughout the month. Starting it off really nice. After these 2 red days, man, I was telling myself I got to step it up. Thursday I was okay with. Friday I felt like I could have avoided some trades, and really and truly it should have been a no trade day. I felt like I forced it. So I'm, coming into the new week here, the second week, I'm like, hey, we got to get it together. We got to take it slow. We got to really dial in on the discipline. And I've had other days throughout the month where, and even here in February, where I felt like I could have been more disciplined, getting carried away, over trading, becoming too aggressive, not sizing down in certain places. So, it's this delicacy with trading where you need to have this balance of when to, when not to. We talk about the Goldilocks zone, not being too high, not being too low, but being just right. So I got to continue to look at discipline and not shy away from being disciplined, and just embrace it, embrace it, and try to be the best version of myself, right, that I can be. So this $600 red day, maybe it's a day where you can see we only took 16 trades, right? So, I'm coming in early, not seeing much, and I take some losses very quickly. It was a pretty good day. Took decent trades, but just all losing trades. And so I'm like, man, it's not it. But one thing that I've realized from some of the other traders in the community, guys who might even be down 1,500 on a day, 2K, 3K, 4K, and a lot of times they come back flat, either let's say small red, flat, or sometimes even green, and having a solid green day. And I've been talking to some of them, hey, how do you guys do it, man? How do you guys do it? How do you guys stay focused and just, do this miraculous red to green? And the answer has been, hey, you got to recognize that you're losing. You got to tamper back, size down immediately, take it slow. And the term that I've been hearing is go fishing. Go fishing, and with the small size, wait for A quality opportunities, and throw out your line. And when you see an A quality trade, throw out your line again, see what happens. If you start to connect, size back up, and then work your way. If you take on more losses, then you can of course say, hey, okay, maybe I might want to stop here. But if you do see those winners, push it as you would on any other strong A quality stock, as if you were flat or green on the day. And in doing so and trading well, you can go from bigger in the red to flat, and then right back in the green. So into this new month, we'll see. And it does involve patience, right? Because you'll have to sit there and wait throughout the day for A quality setups. If you leave, of course, if you leave out after the first hour or two, you'll probably miss the good trades, right? So let's head over to detailed. So we're at 10, 475 and 89 cents for an average of 523 per day, an average daily volume 233,000. I was watching at Ross's metric, Warrior Trader, and he trades this type of volume every day, but he's of course way more efficient in terms of how many trades he's taking, and so there's different styles and approach. And so something I was thinking about doing is into this new month is when I can get a good entry early, I want to start taking slightly more size, and then I want to scale out, right? I want to take twice as much size if possible, and then scale out, sell where I would usually sell, and then hold the rest of the position, whether it's a third or a half, to see what happens. Are we going to go back to flat for a scratch trade in the second half, or are we going to continue higher and then potentially see that bigger win, right? Because you can see my average losing trade and average winning and losing trade are is pretty small, right? In fact, December we had a much bigger, maybe 3 times as big average winning trade. We just happen to have really poor accuracy on that month. So, I'm doing things a little differently, definitely faster trades, and it is working right now. It's working, but how can we slightly improve? Because we're still looking to be better. 51.2% accuracy, average hold time 12 seconds. You guys know I'm in and out like lightning. Also 12 seconds here for losing trades, and 5 seconds for scratch trades. Biggest gain 329, biggest loss 332. Right about 1 to 1. I strive for as best as I can a 2 to 1 in all these rate aspects, but things sometimes do not work out accordingly, especially with the quick scalping trades. There's a lot of smaller winners and losers. So yeah. Okay, price and volume, and let's go down a little bit. Time of day, Monday, not bad. Wednesday, surprisingly, coming back down a bit, right? Because Wednesday we had issues last year, but then into the back half of the year we really stepped it up on Wednesdays. But I think this might have just been coincidence, right? Fridays coming in hot, Thursday, Tuesday, Monday also. We can see some improvement on Monday and Wednesdays. I did have a red pre-market day, down 145. But the first hour, 9:30, and this is not including pre-market really, this is 9:30 to 10, was where we're seeing the bulk of our gains. And I haven't really been trading much power hour, and I think we also haven't really been seeing a lot of strong stocks. So power hour is way down there, but I'm pretty sure throughout the year, power hour will be finishing second place. It's usually how it goes. But we'll see. It could be an interesting year. Who knows how it goes, right? Price and volume, we're doing our best between 2 and 5. Under 2, we're seeing some stuff. We're seeing some action. Between 5 and 10, not too bad. But over 10, we've been struggling, it looks like. Or there might just not have been many opportunities. Stocks recently like RSLS and MGSM, we definitely, one of them we didn't trade, the other one we struggled on, and so we have to step it up. We have to step it up, and it's why studying is so important, right? You got to study and see how you could approach the stock differently for next time if we get something similar. Instrument, BZFD coming in number 1 at 18, LYT at 12, and then so forth and so forth down the list. HKD was our biggest losing stock at 400. So not good. HKD, FWPI. And if you look at this list, these were all stocks that were in play, most of them. So a lot of you guys will be very green, and RSLS, for example, you guys will be very green on some of them. It's just how it is, right? There's a very fine line. Maybe even some on this side that I done well on. Some people might have fumbled, right? But as we know, there's a very fine line between being green and being red. It's the smallest thing, and even on Friday, there's a surge up into a halt. It happens to be a false halt, but I sell a half second too soon before the extra 30-cent rip. Just like that, I forgot the stock. I think BBAI, just like that, BBAI would have probably been, right up here around 600-700. It's just that simple sometimes. Market behavior, I don't really pay too much attention to this side of things. But in relation to the SPY, when it's up 1 to 2%, we're doing our best. And once we are a little, flat, we're doing all right. Usually we're doing pretty decent on most days, but once the SPY is down, it looks like we're not seeing many opportunities. Or it could also just be that we just didn't have that many days where the SPY was down. Win-loss expectation. This is always the stat that haunts me. And so throughout the month, we did 31,607. And, my goal is to try to retain 40%, and I'm not on pace for that right now. I'm behind, 31 and then losing 21. And so Man, only retaining 30%, it's not good. There's a lot of different ways to look at metrics. There's a lot of ways you can look at metrics, but this metric here doesn't lie, and this metric does not include unrealized gains. I do not believe this includes unrealized gains. So it's like, imagine the potential, really. It's another way for me to just see the potential, right? There's so much potential in what we're doing here. It's not to be underestimated at all. So, we got to continue to, and discipline is what's going to help us get to 40%. We have to, we will, we have to, we have to. And days like Friday, we must avoid at all cost. Friday, I think we did about 1,500 and walked away with five. It's just not good, not good at all. So, you know, discipline and execution. It's a hard task. It is. Trading is hard, but I have to rise to the occasion. I don't have a choice. And that's just who I am. The expectation that I'm gonna set for myself is that it must be done. There is no if, buts, or maybe. There's just getting it done. There's no other choice but getting it done. And so it will be done. It will be done. It will be done. And then you have to speak it into existence. You have to speak it into existence. Some people will call me crazy, but that's all right. And this is a whole nother way of looking at the metrics here, is the win-loss versus days. And one of the things I've continued to realize over time is that you just gotta avoid the big red days, man. The $600 red day alone, it's just so much of this loss here. And we just had 3 red days. So we're at 11, 5, 8, 518 versus down 1K. 677 on the green days on average, 343 on the red days on average. Volume on the green days, 267 versus volume on the red days at 42. By the way, now being that I'm saying these numbers like this, I'm thinking about the people who are probably just listening in through audio, and none of it probably makes any sense. Yeah, I haven't really been saying the full numbers, but I'll do it moving forward here. In terms of volume, we did 267,000 shares on the winning days and 42,000 shares on losing days. And it's because, on the losing days, my accuracy is so low, I just start to ease off. And again, one thing I could do is be more patient, wait longer throughout the day, and wait around for opportunity. So again, 51%, 51.5% on winning days, and 47% on losing days. Average share gain 1 cent. Average trade gain or loss 698. Total number of trades is 1,600. This number is surprisingly low, and we can do so much better than these numbers here. Again, average hold time, let's see, on our winning days versus 12 seconds. I believe 12 seconds over here as well. Yeah, just about. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We also, on our largest loss on the red days, took a significantly larger loss than we did winning a winning trade, so not good. Commissions are free here, Thinkorswim. There are some small fees, but they're not usually crazy. They're probably like $5 a day or something, maybe less than that. So yeah, I don't really pay for gold, which would show me fees and everything as well. So this is January. Again, for those of you watching on, some motivation, right? For the real MVPs that are watching till the end of the video, right? Let's talk about motivation here as we're going through the year, as we're continuing on, into February. So first thing is, no matter where you are on the spectrum, red, break even, small green, big green, it doesn't matter. Our goal should always be the same, right? Progress. How can we continue to progress? How can we continue to improve? How can we continue to be better? And, a lot of it comes down to the work that we're putting in. A lot of it comes down to the discipline that we must have as we trade, the risk that we must manage as we trade. And so, we cannot shy away. We cannot shy away from the adversity. Trading is hard. trading has always been hard. In fact, trading is not easy. It never was, and it never will be. So we have to look forward to the adversity and embrace it, enjoy the process, and we have to have fun along the way. So, let's continue to be consistent. Let's continue to work. Let's continue to push forward and know that we can improve because, you know, even for me, like if I go back to my old account and sign in, it's like, I mean, I don't even have to go back to my old account, just even in this account. In 2020, there's a lot of and was it 2020, 2021? There's a lot of months where, there's a lot of red days and it still happens. Look at October, so don't feel like this is a month where I just literally had 4 green days. I'm taking days off because of just how crazy it feels, I'm losing. And back then, these type of losses were really, really big for me. 468, 5, 1K, 500, 450, you know? And then it's like, man, I gotta size down. You size down, you go through the motions and so we just gotta keep pushing forward, man. That's the main thing. You know, if I can go from this $9 on a day, $4, and bigger red days, down 280 on the red days, $6 on the green days. If I can go from this, it's like it could be done, right? There are no guarantees, but it can be done. It can be done. June comes around, to this day, this is still one of my better days. If this type of day comes around now, I'm pretty sure it's $20,000 day. This was incredible. So, we got to stay optimistic. And this came after 5 red days in a row. A $2,200 day in 2020, which was an absolutely crazy day. Crazy day, MOSY, and a few other stocks. So, we got to stay optimistic. We got to continue to push forward. We got to continue to, believe in ourselves. Trading is an extraordinary field for extraordinary individuals. And so we have to rise up to the challenge. You got to ask yourself, who am I? And am I someone who's capable of doing great things? And if you are, this field, you know, it's an option. So, let's continue to be relentless. Let's continue to push forward. And let's continue to strive for greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that thumbs up button if you have not already. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing. And of course, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Check out those links down below. I am signing out.